Thank you guys, and a big thanks to the Token Lounge for having us. So, Nick, what is in store for tonight? This is going to be a loud show here at the Token.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to play a lot of our new album that isn't even out yet, so I hope you guys will enjoy those new songs.
And when does the new album come out? Tell us some more about it. What do we expect from the new album, guys?
Next spring is like what we're aiming at. Beginning of next year is what the voices in my head are saying. Yeah, I mean, it's something we're really proud of. It's something we worked for a lot over the pandemic and earlier this year. You know, we finished recording back in May and then went right on tour with Dirty Honey. So we're just finishing up the mixes, and you'll hear it tonight. It's much better than me just talking about nothing.
Yeah, well, live music is pretty great. And so, like you said, you've been working on this new album. This whole pandemic thing really threw all of us off. I'm sure it was pretty tough for you guys as well. So, as a band, how did this all come together with you guys, dealing with the pandemic and trying to write music, and you're somewhat newer on the scene?
It was actually kind of a good thing in a lot of ways for us, because we ended up not touring a bunch and having a bunch of time to actually grow as a band with our music and with the new music that we're about to play tonight. We came up with all of it during COVID, and without that, I don't know if we'd have some songs.
Did you find that there was a lot of inspiration, I suppose, if we can call it that, because of the pandemic? I mean, that changed the mentality on a lot of things and the way people live.
I don't know if anything's like themed, and that'd be a better question for him, but I don't think anything's themed for COVID or anything. It was just that we had more time to kind of sit in one place and really think about what we want to write.
That's awesome. I know that a lot of people here are excited for rock and roll, and the last few shows that I've been at, rock shows, have been packed, and I know that there's going to be a great crowd here tonight. So anyone who says rock is dead, we can give them a big middle finger. But we've talked about this in the past. I saw these guys at Rock on the Range a few years ago, and we've talked about this. There's not a whole lot of scaffolding here in the Token. This guy likes to climb, and climb real high, and I feel like you've got kind of a funny story about how that happened.
I mean, yeah, there's. I don't really do that anymore because I promised. There was a show in Las Vegas we did where I climbed up the trusses and dangled around and whatever, and they didn't like that, so the production manager came up and cut our set, which was already like 20 minutes anyways, right? It was a really short set.
Yeah, we were gonna end with we were gonna do Mother Rebel, and we were doing the intro to Mother Rebel, and then you was coming down, and then the guy was just like, "No more music."
And then he screamed at me backstage and had me escorted out by a couple of security guys, and that was it. And I laid on the concrete and waited for them to come and pick me up. But no, yeah, I don't climb anymore, though. I mean, it's never going to be any better than that. I mean, getting kicked out of a festival is pretty rock and roll, I think. That's as rock and roll as I need to be, probably.
So let me get this straight. So you were the only one kicked out. The rest of the guys got to stay.
No. Sadly, they also had to follow me out. They got to stay to clean up first, which was yeah. So at least that happened.
So then, what were you guys thinking? Were you mad? Was it like, dude, come on?
I don't really know. At the time, we were just surprised that, oh wow, I guess that is what happens when. I don't know. I thought that they told him it was okay, but he did it, and then apparently it wasn't okay. So.
Right. Well, it is very rock and roll, and now you've got a story to tell. So, do you guys mind does anyone have any questions out there that you might want to ask? Anyone? You guys ready to rock? I think
it's totally cool if you don't.
Also cool if you don't. All right. Well, thank you guys so much again for joining us. You guys ready to do a couple of acoustic songs?
Sure thing.
One more time. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Put your hands together for Joyous Wolf.
Thanks.